Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Propagandacast with me, your handsome host, Imperial Dane. Today I have another 1 vs 1 for you on Angoville, with me as the Wehrmacht 91st Luftlande Division in the north, and in the south we have Stoneman 19, whom I shall be referring to as Colonel Stone, who will probably be leading elements of the 29th Infantry Division Evil Company. Or let's just imagine that for a bit more fun. Now then, let's get started. Starting out with a Wehrmacht quarter up here in the north and a pioneer in the south. We have 8 barracks going up for Stoneman 19, or Colonel Stone as I said, I refer to him. So far all quiet. A nice day in Angoville. Pioneers moving out to secure the nearby territory. Also a fun thing to note, which I may not have mentioned last time on this map, is that there are certain points that can cut off all the rest of the entire map for one player, this one being in particular grabbed by the opponents, and this one as well. And we have here on the right this point, and in the north this point. These 4 being strategic cutoff points, and most players will try to capture them, so it's usually a good idea to somehow be prepared for that. Of course, the methods of doing so is of course completely up to the players. Volksgrenadiers going out for me, moving them out to the left side, since I suspect that's probably where the action's going to be this time around. Fuel being secured on the right side, a larger push with the engineers on the right side as well, securing all this within the heavily walled off areas, which is also to the advantage of the riflemen, since there's much shorter fire lanes within this area, meaning that Volksgrenadiers are naturally going to be in large trouble, since their advantage, whatever slight it is in the long ranges. And here we have the Volksgrenadiers moving on, the riflemen trying to uncap my point and cut off this entire area and force me to spend time securing this area once more. One rifleman going down, wounded only, but left behind by his comrades as they pull away, not intent on receiving further fire from the Volksgrenadiers. Second Volksgrenadier team out from the Wehrmacht quarters moving in, first one securing the strategic point, and the pioneers moving ahead to secure the victory point. The riflemen sneaking about, skulking, laying in ambush, trying to ambush my pioneers, opening fire with the M1 Garants. Volksgrenadiers moving in along with the second team to support the one moving in. Pioneer going down and retreating, not eager to suffering his comrades' fate, and the riflemen are pulling back under heavy Volksgrenadier fire. And once more Colonel Stone is trying to secure this strategic point, thus cutting me off from my so far 16 munitions and 16 fuel. Quite a loss if he gets away with that. But moving in the Volksgrenadiers from the north and the south, I intend to envelop him, or at least conduct a pincer maneuver. The riflemen do manage to seize the point, but run away and take only slight damage, and I immediately begin wiring off this point in a hope to at least delay any attempts to harass the point, not really expecting to completely secure it that way. Maschinengewehr 42, moving out. My German is a bit rusty when it comes to numbers, I apologize, but MG42 team on the field. In the south, a weapon support center is going up to support the riflemen. At the moment we have for the American only 3 teams of riflemen out. More barbed wire going down as I try to secure the firing lanes of this building so any flamethrowers can't run directly at it, which is usually a good idea, albeit in this case I might have to abandon it, as the enemy is moving towards my pioneers, trying to secure this fuel point from the enemy. Flamethrowers moving in, scorching the pioneers. A horrific death. Volksgrenadiers moving in. Engineers rushing forward with the flamethrowers, burning, causing heavy casualties as numerous troops run around screaming in pain and dying horribly. Engineers beginning to suffer some casualties, and the MG42 is opening fire with some of its support gunners, killing the flamethrower equipped engineer, bursting open the flame tank and causing a huge incendiary explosion. Riflemen taking heavy fire from the MG42 and Volksgrenadiers forcing them to retreat lest they be completely wiped out. No. Oh, a single survivor lying wounded, and an engineer who expired while waiting for a medic to come and save him. Sadly none ever came, and a mortar team is out from the weapon support center. Not all Americans do this, but those that do are usually quite nasty, as it does means I'm going to have a lot harder time actually seizing his territory. And I quickly realized this when mortar rounds begin falling down among my Volksgrenadiers, compelling me to pull back, unless I'm very keen on having all my men bombed out. Trying to move my MG42 team, but the engineers doing too much damage compels them to retreat, causing some losses to the Volksgrenadiers with the flamethrower, but being knocked out by so-called friendly fire, albeit clearly since they were killed it wasn't actually friendly. In the middle we see a pioneer team mining up the central road, a Volksgrenadier team waiting, hoping to protect the strategic point in case any Americans try to move on it. At the same time, my base, a Krieg barracks have gone up and a Grenadier team is going out. Since at this moment I know that since Colonel Stone has gone a mortar way, he's probably not going to be rushing for the M8 armored car, meaning I can somewhat safely wait for any packs to be sent out on the field. And my Volksgrenadiers there have been equipped with the MP40 submachine guns in an attempt to deal with any engineers with flamethrowers and possibly any riflemen trying to move too close. In the west, the Americans have been moving forward, securing all my territory, but now suffering heavy fire from the MG42 team and a Grenadier team moving upwards as well. In the central point we have a rifleman team that has moved into a mine, but still standing tall, albeit heavily wounded, and one man going down to a mine. 2 wounded, but no medics to pick them up. Mortar team moving forwards to provide covering fire for the a further advance to the north. Engineers moving forward, pushing back my pioneers once more. Volksgrenadiers with MP40s moving in to try and deal with the engineers, and from the west another team of Volksgrenadiers moving in, opening fire on the riflemen, causing some casualties. Volksgrenadiers taking heavy mortar fire, 4 down and only 1 wounded survivor, but forcing a total rout for my men. And it looks like a medical tent has gone up for the Americans, since medics are on the field. Where is it? Where is it? Back here at the entrance to his base, it would seem, so it's not so exposed to the enemy, that is me. Sending out a half-track and a report of a point secured for the fatherland from the Grenadiers going in. Figuring the half-track may help me in allowing to rush the mortar and plus allow fire support. Kampfkraft center also going up to provide some veterancy for my infantry and vehicles. All the while I am slowly securing the western half of the map once more, while Colonel Stone's Able Company is moving up towards to secure the eastern half. Reports of combat coming in from the west. Grenadiers engaging a team of riflemen, Grenadier lobbing grenades, causing heavy casualties to the riflemen and completely wiping out the team, it seems. At the same time, the half-track has engaged on the eastern half. MP40 equipped troops moving in, opening fire, and the BAR has been granted to the American troops. meaning they are much more formidable now, but charging right out into the open, sadly enough, into the fire of the half-tracks MG32 or possibly 34. I'm not entirely sure which one they're going for there. Either way, half-track moving forwards, trying to rush into and capture the mortar team off guard, but the enemy commander has seen the threat and quickly pulls back. In the meanwhile, I go for a cut-off point, aiming the half-track to provide covering fire. Western half is being slowly secured. Half-track holding back the riflemen, suppressing them with its machine gun. At the moment, my Volksgrenadiers are still in the half-track, and I've forgotten to actually take them out to provide additional fire. At the same time, up by the northern victory point, we can see that he's building a machine gun nest to try and cover it. Further forces moving upwards, sticky bombs going off now to disable the half-track, suffering engine damage. Riflemen still suppressed, taking heavy fire from the increasingly large Wehrmacht forces of the Luftlande division moving in. Now with veteran C1, meaning they'll slowly heal themselves. Mortar fire raining in, causing one casualty among the grenadiers. Further sticky bombs going off, and an engineer hiding in the nearby building firing his flamethrower off. Possibly a bit hazardous to know his own health in case it actually burns the building, but that's not actually accounted for in this game. Me noticing there's a machine gun nest covering the central northern victory point, forcing my Volksgrenadiers to retreat and slowly dragging the damaged half-track out, hoping to conduct some emergency repairs before the enemy continues to hunt it down. Further movement on the western